Hi, class. Today, I would like you guys to start out in Digital Interactive Notebook and start with your bell work. So if you get into Digital Interactive Notebook 2.4 and scroll down to, I want to say it's slide 22. If you start on slide 21, you'll notice this is Thursday, Friday. We're kind of starting the same activity for today. We're going to continue it tomorrow. So on slide 22, here's your bell work for today. It's a simple My Traits inventory. Just make a list of all these traits here in this chart, and then just simply say yes or no. If you need to do some research about what a detached earlobe is, go ahead and research that. Rolling your tongue, dimples, on the one down here that says, I cross my left thumb over my right thumb when I clasp my hands together, you simply just take your hands and clasp them. And which thumb is on top? Is it your right or your left? So go ahead and look at that. Just simply say yes or no. I had a couple of students say today, well, I write with my left hand and I also write with my right hand. If that's the case, just put both. That is okay. I do have some students who have one detached earlobe and one that's attached. That's okay. Put down both. It's just going to kind of do a self inventory of your traits. That's going to lead nicely into our activity today. If you're at home, instead of working through these slides, which you can look at, I want you to jump over to Classroom, and there's an assignment called Thursday, Friday, Creature, Feature, Flip. So if you open up this assignment, because you won't be here to get the worksheet, then you can actually work through this activity right here and turn it in for me. So you're going to start and you're going to look at this monster dad and you're going to look at this monster mom, and you're going to look at their features. And you're going to notice that monster dad has arms, 2 arms and a horn. Look, he has a scar on his foot, and he also has a watch. Some of these features are inherited, which means he got them from his mom and his dad, like the fur. And let me go back. Oh, if I can. Let me see. There. So he got his fur from his mom or his dad, maybe his grandma or grandpa. So he was actually born with the fur. He was born with those 4 ears, but he was not born with the watch on his hand. He was not born with that scar on his foot. So those are what we call environmental traits. The fur and the green spots and the 4 ears, those are what we call inherited because he was actually born with those traits. If we look at mom, we can see that she was born with the pink skin. She was born with the orange and the pink spots. She was born with the one eye, but she was not born with a hat on her head. That's an environmental trait. The pink skin and the orange and pink spots, those are inherited traits. And you, like these monsters, have inherited traits, but you also have environmental traits. And that's what we're going to look at on this next page. So you are going to be asked to think about your own traits. I put an example down here. When looking at my traits, I am right-handed. I do all my work right-handed. And that's one of my inherited traits. How I got that trait, I was born with it. I didn't have to go to the store and buy it. I didn't have to go to my closet and pick it out. I was born being right-handed. That's my inherited trait. So think about some other inherited traits you have and write them down here. And how did you get those traits? Environmental traits. Guess what? I consider myself a pretty good reader. And how I got that was I had to practice. In elementary school, I was not a very good reader. There were nights that my mom had to sit with me in my bedroom and actually read my books with me because I struggled for the longest time to learn how to read. And I would say it wasn't until college that I actually started to enjoy books. So I had to actually practice. So that's how I got that environmental trait of being a good reader. And so that's how I got that environmental trait. So that's the difference between inherited traits and environmental traits. Some you're born with, some you gain from doing certain things, buying them, practicing, or just picking them up. So then I want you to think about why do you look similar to your parents but not exactly like them? And cite one specific example. And then on this worksheet, on this slideshow, you're going to be making a creature. Everyone in the class is going to be making a creature. And then why would each creature look different, even though the creatures all inherited their traits from the same parents? We're all going to make a creature from the mom and the dad, but why are our baby creatures going to look similar but different? So give me an explanation right there. Here you're going to flip a coin. So just grab a coin. You're going to flip it, and then depending on if it's heads or tails, you're going to copy this circle and you're going to circle heads or tails. You're going to determine if your monster is going to have 2 arms like its mom, heads, or 2 arms like its dad, like for tails. 2 horns for mom, heads, 1 horn, dad. Wears the hat like mom, no hat like dad. 1 eye, 2 eyes. And so at the end of all your flips, you're going to determine what your offspring looks like. You're also going to determine if this trait is inherited or environmental by putting an I or an E down in these boxes. And then you're going to actually, on a separate piece of paper, draw and sketch your monster out, your baby creature, and then upload your photo here, your drawing, and label all of the inherited traits that your monster has inherited from its mom or dad. That's what you're doing today and tomorrow. Take your time, really think about the inherited traits that the baby monster is getting from its mom and dad. And that's what we're doing today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, make sure you get back on to Digital Interactive Notebook and look at your bell work. I just want you to simply write what you're thankful for. You're not going to be here tomorrow. I am giving out a packet of material that we are going to be using for after Thanksgiving. I will have it here for after Thanksgiving, and I'll give it to you then. If you're not going to be here after Thanksgiving, then I will have it up in the office, and we'll go to that point in life, and we'll conquer the day. I'm very thankful for you guys. Miss you. Talk to you later.